Good morning everyone. Today I am going to present a special programming lecture on looping statements with some examples. I recommend you to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. For subscribe, press the bell icon. If you have any query, you can write on a comment box. I must create a video lecture on your doubts. Let's begin. So now today we just discuss about loops, right? Why we use loops? like basic Basically we have set of statements, like if we we repeat that statements again and again up to infinite times, right? And the second thing is that we have certain conditions. If the condition is true, until the condition is true, that set of statement executes, right? Right, means if we execute some set of statements, once again I am repeating, we just execute set of statements. After that, that set of statement executes until our condition is satisfied, right? Our condition is true. We have three types of loops. Three types of loop. First one is for loop, second one while loop, and the third one is do while, right? So if we just discuss the syntax of for loop, what is the syntax of for loop? If any doubt you face today's lecture, you can ask anytime, right? We have three types of loops. First is for loop, while loop and do while. All are doing same task, but there are some little bit difference when we are using any loop, right? Like little bit difference related to their working, their syntax, right? The first one is for loop. First we initialized, after that condition, and after that increment or decrement, right? And it's a set of statements, right? So first of all, we need some initial value and we need an end of our loop. Like if I want to print 1 to 10 numbers, 1 to 10, right? Then starting point of my loop is 1 and up to 10 it will execute, and I need to increase a value by 1, right? I am using just in some increment operator, and I need to increase any value which I am using, right? According to our task, right? It's clear. Any doubt till now? If you have any doubt you can ask. Yes, Divyanshu, Gautam, Anshul, Sahil, Shreya, Tanveer, any doubt? Yeah, fine. Now we just execute. We are just doing one basic example of this. I want to print 1 to 10 numbers, right? So again, now I am showing that example on turbo. Right, I'm sharing that screen with you. Yeah, screen is visible to everyone. Yeah, fine. Void main. After that, I need to create a variable. Let's suppose x. The question is, I'm just printing a series from 1 to 10. Right, 4. Now x equals 1. I'm initialize a 1 value to x. Now up to 10. The condition is like x less than equals to 10. It execute up to 10. After that plus plus. Right? And I am just entering a one single statement. X equals %d x. Right? So now what happened? Just explaining the working of this for loop. It is not visible to everyone. Why, Anshul, you are not able to see? Okay, now it's visible. I'm zooming that application. Yeah, fine. The first one is initializing. I just the code execute from this part. First x equals to 1. After that x moves to this condition. The condition is true. We need to read this condition in this way. 1 less than equals to 10. This condition is true. Yeah, I will explain if you don't know about the get ch, right? And 1 less than equals to 10. Condition is true, right? After that we enter in this loop, means we need to execute this statement. Now this statement print a value 1, x equals to 1. After that it moves to this bracket. I will explain your concept. I can understand you first time you are like you just see this software, right? That's why you are asking these questions. Not an issue, right? Just try to understand this code first, right? Now x, the value of x becomes 2, right? Now we check the condition with value 2. 2 is less than equals to 10. The next time it will print x equals to 2, right? So now I am executing this code. No, right? And if you are not able to see now, right? And even I can add a slash n now, right? The one more function I can add to check the proper output. Clear screen, like in this way. X equals to 1. Screen is not visible to everyone. Yeah, fine. Dear, just refresh your page. Refresh your web page. Right? So output is in coming in this form 1 to 10. Right? First tell this question is clear. The for loop, the syntax of for loop, how we write a code in this for loop. We need three steps. First step is initialization, second is condition, then third one is increment. Right? And if I just move to the next example, if I need to sum of 1 to 10 numbers, 1 to 10, these are natural numbers. I need to calculate sum of 1 to 10 natural numbers. Then what I need to do? I need to do sum equals sum plus x. Right? After this, I will explain get ch conio clear screen. Right? Sum equals sum. Right? I need to take a variable sum. Right? Now, if I am executing this code, what happened? Now check if I am initializing 0. Why I am initializing sum equals to 0? Can anyone tell me? Why I am initializing sum equals to 0? If I am not initializing this 0, then what happened? No one? Okay. Okay. Loop will be infinite. No, no, you are not right. This is not a right answer. So if I am initializing this sum equals to 0, what happened in this body of the loop? First sum is 0. Yeah, sum starts from 0. If I am not initializing with 0, then what happened? We have some value of sum. That value we can say it's a garbage value for us. If we are not initializing sum equals to 0, then we receive a some garbage value. Garbage value. Garbage value plus x plus 1. How? Let let me show you. Let me show you. After that I will explain this code. If I'm using sum equals to 0, what is the answer for this question? Now sum is 55. We just add all these numbers, right? Then we got a result of 55. Sum equals to 55. But if I am now sum only, I am using sum without initializing. Now I am receiving a value 925. Means whenever we are creating any variable, right? Whenever we are creating any variable, that variable has some garbage value, or we can say unwanted. Now it's clear why we need, that's why we need to initialize sum equal to 0, right? Now 0 plus 1, sum becomes 1. After that sum, the value of sum is 1 and x becomes, what is the value of x when it executes second time? 2, right? Then sum becomes 3. Then after that sum is 3 and x becomes 3. Total sum is 6. right? After that 6 plus 4, 10. We receive 10. So if we want to check these values 1, 3, 6, 10. If we want to check these values, then I need to print sum. So I will print sum. Now first one is 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28 and so on. Now it's clear. Now the code is clear to everyone. A while loop. How we execute a while loop and what is the syntax of while loop, right? Now the second loop is while. Right? And in the same way for loop execute, the while loop has the same syntax, right? But there is slight change in the syntax. The properties are same, like we have to initialize, after that we have to add a condition, after that we need to execute some set of statements, then after that we increase our value, right? First initialization, after that while, and here I am writing any condition, then statements, then increment and you can write increment and decrement at here, there is no issue, right? You can move upward if you want, right? It's depend upon your code, right? Now one more thing I want to discuss related to this for and while loop, then after that I will show the code. Now you can you can imagine how our code execute. First x equals to 1, we write x equals to 1 here. After that a condition like x less than equals to 10, then after that increase or decrease x plus plus. If the same code I want to execute the previous one using while loop, then I'm writing in this way, right? So now the thing I want to discuss, these for and while loop, while are entry control loop. Try to understand the meaning of entry control loop, or we can say pre-test loops. Entry control loops or pre-test. Pre-test means execute a condition. First execute a condition. After that we execute some statements, right? Entry control loop means first we execute the condition. If the condition is true, first we execute the condition, right? If that condition is true, then we execute set of statement, right? And the second term is for do while loop is exit control loop or we can say it's a post test loop, right? How? It's a do while loop. Do while loop is exit control loop because just this I am discussing the syntax of this do while, right? Now it's clear to everyone. Now do while, right? Syntax. First initialization, after that do, then body, or we can say set of statements, right? And we can also add increment or decrement. Then here after this curly bracket I need to add a while condition, then semicolon. Semicolon is must. Whenever you are using do, semicolon is important. If you are not using semicolon, then it gives a error, right? Now the thing is that first in while loop we check the condition firstly. After that we, and if the condition is true, then we will execute these statements. But in do while what happened, first we enter without checking, right? We will enter in this do body without checking any condition, right? When we are leaving this do while, we will check the condition, so we can come second time or not. We can come second time or not. It's clear. The definition of do while is clear. First we execute set of statements. After that we just check the condition. If the condition is true, then we execute set of statement once again. But if condition becomes false, then we came out from that loop. Clear? The definitions are clear to everyone? Just say yes or no. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Right? Now we discuss. Screen is visible. It's not blurred right now. Okay, fine. Now we are using while loop. While loop, right? And I want to print 5 to 1 in decreasing order, right? First again I am using a variable I. The value of I is 5. I am initialized the value of I. After that while I want to execute till 1, 5 to 1. What is the condition in while loop? What condition I will write in this while loop? Anyone tell me? Anyone tell me what condition I will write here? X not equals to I not equals not less than, not less than. Okay, not less than 1, right? Now what happened, right? So the thing is that we are, the syntax of this not is means not equals, we have to use this syntax, not equals, not less than, right? If you want to use, we can use this not equals, right? Now there is no error. Clear, Lakshya? Right? If we want, yes, we can write not equals 1, right? So it's a one condition we can write, because we know that we need to decrement print f. Now I equals %d I, right? Now we check the output. I equals 5 4 3 2, but not at 1, right? But my condition is I want to print 1 also, right? I have to print 1. So I can write not equals to 0. Any other condition can I write? Any other condition can I write in this while loop? I can write in this way, I greater than equals to 1. I can also write I greater than equals to 1, right? Now it's clear, right? If I just write the value 15, right? Then I'm receiving the output in this way, 15 to 1. If I have to print odd numbers, if I just want to print odd numbers, then what thing I need to do? Yes, anyone? सभी को समझ आ रहा है? It's clear to everyone? Yeah. So now I want to print all the odd numbers. Then what thing I can do? I want to just print odd numbers. We have certain methods. Can I write the condition I minus 2? Right? Why I am writing this? Because I knew the value of I is 15. If I am subtract that value 15, right, after that it will give only odd numbers. We have another method also. We can write a if condition. If modulus of I equals 1, we can write in this way also, right? Now this condition execute only when the remainder of this equation is equals to 1. I minus minus, right? Even if I am using a else case, the else case gives, I'm writing odd, and else case gives even values. Printf, it's a question for even and odd. If I want to print even and odd numbers, then how can I write? Even equals %d slash n, right? Then I. This current logic is clear to everyone. Now I am executing this output. Now first odd equals to 15, even is 14, odd is 13, even 12, and so on, right? The concept of while loop clear? Yeah, fine. Now after that, after this, now I am discussing a third loop. The third loop is do while, right? Do while, and I want to print 5 to 1, right? There are few concepts in this do while. I want to discuss that all, right? Do first printf enter I equals %d slash I, right? Nobody leave this like top this session, right? If the time I need some more time, 5 minutes more, you all are stay there, right? Then after that minus minus. Now what is the condition? Now can anyone tell what is the output of this code? Now what is the output of this code? Now condition is false. I am writing a condition I less than equals to 1. So according to this condition is I am executing any value, any output, I will see any output or not. Just say yes or no. If I am saying a value, yeah, right, perfect. I will receive a value 5 because condition is false. But according to the concept of do while, right, if the condition is false, then I am able to see a single output. Then the output is 5 I equals to 5. Why? Because first I'm entering in this body of do, then after that I'm checking this condition. From the next time, second time, I am not able to execute do, right? Now if I just change the sign, now I am writing I greater than equals to 1, right? Now what is the output of this do? Now output is up to, I'm just entering a session. Now check the output. I equals to 5 4 3 2 1, right? Now it's fine for everyone, right? And the second question, any doubt in this topic, do topic? If I want to input scanf, I need 5 minutes more to solve this question. I am taking a variable x, %d. Okay, I am repeating this question once again, right? Before going for the next example, the question is I just want to print 5 to 1, right? So the thing is that first I will execute do. Why? The do while loop belongs to exit control loop. We can say it's an exit control loop or post test loop, right? So the thing is that first we will enter in this do, without checking the condition, right? First we will enter in this do while do loop before checking the condition. Now if the condition is false, now condition is false, I is greater than 1, I is not less than 1, the output I receive I equals to 5, right? But if condition is like in this way, I greater than equals to 1, now I am receiving a value 54321, right? If I need to calculate factorial, just I need 2 minutes to solve this question, right? I need to calculate factorial, fact into I, right? I'm entering all the values, after that fact, printing the fact. Now check the output, factorial equals %d, comma fact. What I am doing, I am just multiplying. How I am multiplying? First 1 into 5. 1 into 5. The fact value becomes 5. Now 5 into 4. Why 4? Because now I am using minus minus. Then 5 equals to 4. Fact equals fact into I. Not fact equal fact into minus 1. I don't need to do. Right? We can write that statement also. Right? But it's not a proper statement. After that it becomes 20. Now the factorial value is 20 into 3. It becomes 60. After that 60 into 2. It becomes 120. Right? Now after that 120 into 1. Again it's a 120. Right? Now after that loop becomes false. Right? Now check the output. 54321. After that the value is 120. Now tell me any doubt in this logic. Why I am using fact equal? Because I am using multiplication. If I am initializing this with 0, what happened? The whole answer becomes 0. 0 into 5, 0. Then 0 into 4, 0. In this way. That's why I am initializing this equals to 1. Clear? Now it's clear to everyone. This question is clear. Once again I am executing this. The output is 120. Just I need to change the value of I. 6. Now I am receiving a value 720. Clear? So now it's clear to everyone. Now if you have any student has any doubt, he or she can ask. Otherwise you can leave this session. Right?